G'day guys, ZiggyD here with another first person live cast of Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, doing my 4th placement match. I've had 3 wins so far, so should be interesting. I'm expecting to have, at least 1 or 2 losses in this matchmaking. I'd be pretty shocked if I get through on 5 wins. Looks like the game's starting now. Let's see what matchup I have. And the Tiger's biking in the background. So we've got another PVZ this time. In this game, I'm going to be focusing on my scouting and my macro, making sure that both of those are as good as I can get them, and really trying to focus on those. Looks like this guy's level 12, so he's played quite a few matches. So this one could be interesting. I'll just focus on those mechanics, and even if it's a loss, it'll be a good learning experience. And I'll see you guys in game in a second. All right, we've resumed. I had to go and feed Tychus so he didn't bark at me constantly through this match there. So we've got PVZ. There's a close by expansion there with a fairly wide ramp, but I should be able to pull that off. So I'm going to go for a forge fast expand here. Pretty standard macro style for PVZ. So I'm going to have to get this guy down to build a pylon probably pretty early. It's a big ramp, and that does make me nervous. I haven't walled off on these big ramps before. I haven't obviously played these maps yet. So that's one of the things that you sort of learn about a map over time, what you can wall off, how quickly you can wall off, whether you're vulnerable to something like a 6 pull or, a 7 pull or something like that. Or, sorry, a 10 pull is more common in Starcraft 2. Whether you're vulnerable to any cheese in trying to do that on one of these maps here. So we'll just chrono boost up, and we'll go to 14 probes, and then we'll go ahead and build our Nexus. Pretty standard fare for a forge fast expand, and then I'll put my forge down and get a cannon nice and quickly as soon as possible. So yeah, I got a lot of positive feedback about this casting style, and I'm glad, because I had a lot of fun casting this one before. Let's go do one more chrono boost there, and then we'll send a probe out pretty soon. Maybe after this guy does one more load of minerals there, and then we'll send him down there. 200 minerals. He should get there right about the time that we have 400. Now this guy hasn't found anything there, so that means it's not forced cross spawns, which is a pretty big map, so that kind of makes sense. So hopefully he's not over here, since I've sent him down to the bottom left. I really need to build that Nexus. And that's okay, we're in time. Maybe send him a little bit early, and I'll just send him back there. Okay, looks like we've just seen the Overlord there, so we can send our scout straight up there this time, and we'll go back to pro production as quickly as possible. I actually need to really get that forge down. Let's use this guy, since he's a bit closer. That would make a bit more sense. And need to make sure I'm keeping up on that pro production there. Little bit dodgy. Hopefully he doesn't see that with the he might see that with his Overlord scout there, so it could be a little bit shifty. He looks like he's gone for a fast expansion too. We'll just make sure I'll get a good idea of his pull timing there, and we'll once my game stops lagging a bit like that, and we'll go ahead and put that down there. So as soon as that forges up, we'll put down a cannon, and then we'll try and get our gateway as soon as possible as well. So just making sure our chrono boosts are happening. We are supply capped. That is very unfortunate. So let's go ahead and wall that off there, and we should be able to get a... Oh, looks like we've got a drone attacking us. Freaking out. And we'll go ahead and put that just there, and we'll put a gateway in front of that straight away. There we go. A little bit very dodgy on the old organization here. Let's just make sure he stays there and doesn't switch back to the expansions for no reason. And we'll go ahead and put down our simulator now. So I actually want to duck back in here. It looks like his pull is up, so we need to get this wall off completed pretty soon. And it looks like we've got a little bit of trouble here. I'm gonna still send this guy up here. These Zerglings are going to be a pain, but we should be able to stop too much from happening here. Just gonna have to focus on keeping those damaged probes away there, and get some guys in gas. Pretty unfortunate. Alright, we should be able to kill off these guys, but he's obviously done quite a bit of damage there, and delayed a lot of mining time, so he's achieved his goals there basically. So I'm going to it's kind of a dodgy wall off. We just have to do what we can do here, and keep on the pro production. Gotta make sure my guys are on gas, because they're probably not. So that's obviously put me very behind. I'm pretty sure he's sensed the sensed my weakness and sensed my mistake there, which is good of him. I mean, that's really what he really should be doing, and focusing on, you know, capitalizing on that weakness from me and that mistake from me. So I'm gonna have to build another zealot, and we'll get this gateway research happening as soon as possible. And then we'll just try and macro back into this game and see what we can do. I might go just poke around with this zealot here, since this guy's going to be able to come out here and block off that, and we'll get some more guys onto gas here, and we'll get some more guys onto gas here. That should allow us to get some sentries up pretty quickly. Just make sure this guy's on hold position, and we should be pretty safe now. But we do want to have a very good knowledge of what he's doing in terms of scouting. So what I'm going to do is get a sentry up as soon as possible. I might actually get a sentry up now, and I'm really behind on pylons, so that's unfortunate. Let's poke ahead to his expansion, just see if we can get any idea of tech there, because although holding the Zolnaga tower is good, it's not going to help us out too much at this point. So I'm going to put a pylon up in here so I can put my tech up here a little bit later, and I'm going to chuck down some more gateways. So, put one there, and I'll put one there. Just getting lots of gateways up. Get that sentry out as soon as possible. Might be able to build another sentry here, and we'll get +1 as well. That'll help out with the zealots and gets any ling pressure that he's going for. So lots of lings coming out, and he's getting gas. So from that I can sort of tell that he's teching. That gives us a pretty good impression of that. Now, something I learned was that we can actually hallucinate now without any research, which is pretty cool, because hallucinate's one of the best ways to scout in PvZ, really. I would often research the hallucinate technique and use hallucinated phoenixes to I want X once that's done. I use hallucinated phoenixes to scout with, so let's get those up. And I want to get a Stargate up. Oops, Stargate up. There we go. And let's hotkey these guys up and CX. Looks like it's going to take a little while to get that energy up for that, but as soon as that's done. So it looks like it is a big baneling all in, and we don't really have much in the way of ways to deal with this. Needed to get those sentries up a bit earlier, but we can sort of deal with this, probably without too much drama. But we need to put those guys on hold there, and we need to get some sentries up as soon as possible. Let's try and put down some pylons here, and we want to get this wall back up as soon as possible. Get down another cannon, and put down one more cannon. And we're just going to put down some zealots there. Now I want to keep these guys. This guy really needs to get in that gap there. I'm just going to keep getting upgrades, and Stargate's up, so let's go ahead and get a Void Ray there. Okay. Now what we're going to have to do is just going to have to claw back into this with some good force fields and build up my army as slowly as I can. Hitting the wrong button there, clearly. That's okay. So let's put down a pylon here. And we're going to have that Void Ray up in a little bit, and we'll be able to sort of just do some pressuring with that. Just making sure we're still getting probes up, and we have to make sure that he's not morphing any banelings in our main as well, because that can be a bit of a threat. So I'm gonna pressure with this guy. Okay, looks like all our zealots are sorted out there. Let's go get this guy back here. Make sure our upgrades. Keeping calm under pressure is very important for situations like this. Now let's go get some more gateways. Alright, looks like he did have some banelings in our base. As I said, that's something I need to check for. I don't think he had enough. I don't know how many. Oh, he did kill quite a few probes there, so that is unfortunate. But that's what happens when you don't check your base properly. So let's just go ahead and make sure we've got enough pylons and everything. We'll get another. We'll put this guy on 1, and we'll put this guy on 3, and we'll just check around here. So it looks like he's morphing in the spore crawlers there, and I'm going to use these guys just to get some map control. And we're going to take an expansion now off the back of that. Since we've defended that, and now we have a bit of map control with our Void Rays, we really want to I might just build one more Void Ray, and then I'll probably just go back to I think I'll get a robo now. So let's go ahead and get a robo. And I'm gonna take up to Colossus now, since I feel like he'll probably be reacting with Hydras or something like that. But that'll give us a bit of a way to sense what's going on there. So let's get these Zealots out here. So we have more than enough sentries now. That's probably an adequate amount of sentries to either push with or to defend with, depending on what we need to do. Need to get these guys sorted back on gas there. And set this up here. So he has vision of our expansion there, which is unfortunate. We need to check for his expansion, which I'm sure he's probably taken a third by now. And I'm going to get shields just because I don't have a Twilight Council yet, but I want to still get some upgrades. So he hasn't taken this base yet. Let's check around to that base and then come back and check that base there. And we'll use just this guy to kill some... just to kill some overlords that are floating around. We'll take out this guy here, make sure we're still getting these guys. I'm going to get a an observer here. And we'll just put this guy with our army. Alright, so he's gone Hydras, that's good for us. Since we're gearing up to get Colossus now, which is good. We'll get this guy, and I'll get a Twilight Council up so I can start getting some upgrades as well. I want to keep on top of those upgrades. Having a nice, strong robotics army with lots of upgrades and things like that's going to be the key here, I think. So let's just get a few Zealots here and get some guys happening. And looks like he's pushing with his Hydras. That's interesting. We should be able to zone these guys off with some force fields. Maybe trap a few of them. We don't really want to engage those too much. Some cannons would have been really nice here, but we're just going to have to try and zone this guy out here. Alright, we're going to kill off his Hydralisk. I don't know if he might not be really committing to the Hydralisk, but we're still going to get a Colossus anyway, because they're still going to be good in our composition. And then we'll queue up an attack upgrade there. So now we have this guy up, we can start getting this up. What I really want to do is get these walled off as well. Looks like he's like rallying to kill this off or something. Let's get some vision with that observer. Make sure this guy's happening, get thermal lances, that'll be crucial. I'm just going to push to the center, grab some vision, and then I'll drop back. Get some sentries, and I'll just fill out the rest of my minerals with some Zealots there. Alright, so it looks like he's got a few roaches up now. Pretty decent sized little army there. But hopefully we can clean this up. Just sort of section off his army wherever I can. Just to, so he can't make full use of those roaches and hydras. Alright, we should be able to clean this up okay. Wonder where that Colossus is. I hope he hasn't died. I don't know where that Colossus went. That's unfortunate. Alright, looks like he's cleaned up my army. What's his upgrades at? 0-1. Looks like I just underestimated his composition there. Alright, so we're gonna have to let that expansion go and see if we can claw our way back into this. Get a few sentries. Maybe he'll overcommit to an attack or something like that, and we can take advantage of that. But he's taken off our expansion, which is unfortunate for us. Let's get some vision over here. So this, I'm not gonna lie, this isn't looking too good. But we'll see what we can pull out here. Alright, he's trying to get our... See if we can pull something out with this Colossus here. Alright, I think that's game there. Alrighty, well hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. There's a few things there. We screwed up, we botched up the early game a lot and let in some lings, and then he was able to out-macro us pretty well. We couldn't really take and secure that third because we were still sort of reeling from the other assaults. I was a little bit slow reacting with the Colossus, though that was the right decision. And just keeping up with the macro, lots of macros and things like that. And he played that pretty well, I thought. Though I think we could have clawed our way back into that after the initial error, but too many little errors compiled on top of each other for that. So anyway, that was pretty interesting. That takes us on to our 5th placement match, and then we'll see what league I get placed in. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.